Welcome to the 2024 Birmingham chapter. Hi, Laura. How are you? Les Dames d'Escoffier International Annual Meeting, Botanical Gardens. Welcome. Super thanks to Kathy G for arranging this fabulous venue. If you guys remember last year, we were in the atrium of Innovation Depot, which was awesome, which felt really modern and which was, challenging. This is like, we have a room, we have air conditioning, Kathy has people that will help us clean up the floor. We're not going to have cake or alcohol here. We're sort of encouraging people to go, and maybe we'll go meet up at the Grand Bohemian afterward for drinks and any kind of things, because there is a gigantic event happening at the Botanical Gardens this after, like at 6 o'clock, which is the reason there are all the cones. You might have had to park really far away. It's going to be an insane zoo. So in hopes that you could get home before 2 o'clock in the morning, we're going to try to end and we'll operate in an efficient way, end on time, and go and have drinks elsewhere while all the craziness happens here. So you guys, welcome. I'm so happy to see you. You have to know we have a few people that are on the Zoom. You can't see them, but they're on the Zoom for various reasons. There's Kathy, my sister, and some people are literally in airplanes right now and can't make it, but Andrea Kirkland is in charge of the roll call, and she will establish who's here and who is going to get detention for not showing up. So Andrea, if you want to come here and do the roll call. You guys, I'm so happy to see you. It's really nice seeing everybody. It's really great. Okay, can you, and we can make it bigger like that. Right? Is that good?
That's perfect. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to start this, and I'm just going to go ahead
right there
and say if I mispronounce anyone's name, I'm terribly sorry. So I'm going to do my best. So we'll just go ahead and get started. All right. And I guess if you're on Zoom, I'm going to try to listen, just hear you say present. Okay. Christina Almanza. Okay, and she's okay.
Yep.
Okay, Christina Almanza. Okay, I think she's here. She's on Zoom. Brooke Bell.
Zoom.
Okay, Zoom. Jessica Bennett. Rita Bernhardt. Perfect. Rosalind Bloomston. Ann Bourne. Okay. Let me just do one thing really fast, so this will go faster next time. Okay, Crystal Bryant.
Here on Zoom.
Perfect. Okay. Santhi Burge. Ann Kane. Okay, thanks. I'll have to do this so I can see. Amanda Callahan.
Here on Zoom.
Amy Castro, present. Charbet, there. All right. Brittany Cheatham. Oh, there. Oh, no, not here. Okay. Okay. Donna Cornelius.
Okay. You know how to do this?
Yeah. Trying to manage too much. Hands, glasses, all these bad things. I should have had I need new glasses so I can see far and then close back up too. Bronnie Cox. Stacey Craig. Okay. Dominica Dom. No. Clara Darling. Rebecca Denson. Alexis Douglas, I think she's, are you on Zoom? Okay. Colleen Duffy? No? Okay. Alex Stone, I think she's on Zoom.
Here.
Okay. Sydney Fry? Kelly Galloway? I think on Zoom?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Rebecca Gann, I think she's
In an airplane.
an
she's-
airplane. Okay, Susan Gilpin. Sharon Goldstein. Yay. Takika Gaucher. Fanula Goulis.
Here on Zoom.
Okay, Emily Hall. Kristen Farmer Hall. Heidi Hastings. Maureen Holt. LaCrista Hutchinson is here. Erin Isbell is here. Amy Wright Jason. Tilia Johnson. Martha Johnston, I think she's on Zoom.
Here.
Okay, cool. Kathy, are you on Zoom too? Okay.
Jones? Yes. Here.
Yes. Okay.
Hi.
And Mary Clayton Carl. Barbara Gaines. Okay, Joy King. I think she's on airplane. I'm here. Wesley Lassen. Nancy Legg, I think she's traveling too. Raquel Lindsay. Tina Leoli.
Oh, she's maybe on some, she's. Oh.
Oh, okay. Pam Lawley. Allison Lowry. Stephanie Maloney. I think that's her. Okay. Betsy McAtee. I think it's on traveling.
On Zoom?
Okay, cool. April McClung.
She's on her way. She said she was gonna be.
Hey, I'm here on Zoom. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes, yes, cool.
Okay.
Rosie McClure. Okay. Gia McAllister. Okay. Emily McDaniel. Ashley McMakin. Kathy G. Aaron Mooney. Rebel Negley, okay. Laura Newman. Oh, she's, yes, yeah, okay. Kate Nicholson. Jennifer Nix. Lindsay Noto.
Oh, she's
I'm
on-
here on Zoom.
Perfect. Susan Nodder, I think she was traveling. Jerry Martha O'Hara, okay. Audrey Pennell. Tina Payne. Crystal Peterson.
Trying to get it. She was trapped.
Okay. Agatha Fahakis. Anna Plana.
Here.
Okay. Kay Reed, I think I saw it. Okay. Leslie Redder. Dulce Rivera. Emily Roberts Roy. Christiana Rizal. Christina Saab. Becky Satterfeld, I think it's on
Here
Zoom.
on Zoom.
Emily Tuttle-Shell. Cheryl Slocum, I think was on her
She's
way.
On her way.
Okay. That's right. And then Lee Sloss-Corra. All right. And I think Jasmine is on a plane.
Yep.
Got lots of people on planes. All right. Joy Smith. Margaret Ann Snow. Okay. Amanda Stanfield, I think she's in. Are you on Zoom? I think she was.
Amanda, are you on?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool.
That's good. Excellent.
Parta Stitt. Deborah Stone, I think she was traveling too. Catherine Strickland. Okay, Susan Swagler. Pat Terry. Anna Theokisto. Carrie Thomason.
Zoom.
Zoom.
Yes, on Zoom.
Lisa Vander. Ryden, thank you.
I'm here on Zoom.
Perfect. Mary Grace. Billy Joe Wara. Sarah Walker. Jan Walsh. Rachel West, are you on Zoom?
Yes.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Lindsay Whitaker. Carolyn Williams. Jennifer Yarbrough. And Laura Zapowaski. All right. Thank you. So I total, well, I can go ahead and I can go ahead and tell. So total we had last year, we had 103 people. We've had 2 people that have already decided that unfortunately they are not going to renew this year. So that brings our total to 101. And then we'll give a full total after we decide, do our formal vote on our new members.
Thank you, Andrea. You guys, I mean, I think that you can see I mean, even in this room, there are a lot of people, but that's a really great, amazing group of people. I hope that you pay attention to all the people, look around and just register the faces of people. Anybody who needs a name tag, if you don't see a name tag, if you've lost your name tag, we have an opportunity to order Monday. So you need to let me know. But if there's anybody that you're sitting next to that you haven't had a conversation with, you need to connect with them because, that's why we're in this group. We just, we're all here to help each other. And what an impressive group. It's really wonderful. All right. The next point is our minutes. I know earlier today, I sent out an email with the agenda and the minutes and the financial report. I'm just wondering, did people get a chance to look at the minutes? And does anybody have any questions about them? You didn't have a chance to look at them. Do you want it there on your phone? If you want to take a couple of minutes to look at them, you guys, this is from our meeting last year. They're pretty straightforward, but for people that have read them, does anybody have any questions about them, or is there any discussion about them? Would you want to just take, for anybody who hasn't read them, you want to take just like a minute to look at them, just review the parts that are important to you and make sure that it says what you think it says. They have been reviewed by me. And we're composed by the very fabulous, attentive Andrea Kirkland, who's been a really great secretary for the past 2 years. I will, yeah, do you guys want to just, did other people get a chance to read them? And yeah, Maureen's going to take a second. You guys, anybody else take a second? Let's see, what will I say? So we're, and I'll just tell you while they're reading, there is an agenda, which we're going to try to follow, and we're really going to try to stick with it. And we're not going to really make, I think for anybody who's on the Zoom, if you guys just put questions or comments in the chat, then we'll try to check them at different sections. But the main thing is obviously is that we just had another extraordinary year. It has been, I'll just say that it has been super challenging for a lot of people, because whether or not you look around you, and some people are here because they've had medical issues, or they had family issues, or they had babies, or their businesses had real struggles. And you have to know that even like if your life is going great, your business is going great, there are other people in this group that have had a tough year and could really use your support. And if you're struggling, then you need to share it. I mean, we are kind of a closed circle in a way, and we really like, if you need for people to come and patronize your restaurant and be at your bar because your revenue isn't what it should be, then let us know, and we'll have a gathering, we'll have a drinks thing at your bar. We'll I think that we really want to be here for each other. And oh, there's Sarah. She's okay. Anyway, oh look, there's Colleen. Okay, do you want to put down Colleen and Roz? Yeah, and Sarah Walker is just reached out to me too. Okay. Anyway, the main thing is just remember that not everybody has it great. Some people have it really great, but we're all here, in a little sisterhood to help each other. So just, use all your generosity of spirit and time, and make time for this group, because it's worth it. And when you are in need, then they'll come and help you too. Have you guys seen the minutes? Do you have any questions about them? Okay, if somebody will make a motion to accept the minutes, okay, anybody second? Awesome. Okay, good. See, we're done with that. That's really good. Financial report, another very fabulous board member we've been super fortunate to have is Mary Grace Beato, who in the midst of all this is opening another restaurant, which is a huge thing for her because it's not even in Birmingham. It's in Raleigh, and she's like flying literally like 24/7 and working and never sleeps. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Well, good afternoon, ladies. I just want to say thank you. It's been a privilege to have this position with the help of course, Miss Jennifer Yarborough, who trained me to do this position, Miss Susan, who's been a blessing, Miss Erin, Miss Martha, and of course, the board, pretty much. So our financial situation right now, of course, we have the endowment was thanks to Miss Martha. Right now, the current balance is $212,000. And we're gonna add some more money on that because we haven't transferred the money that we earned from last year's CFC, which is so membership, we have 103 members. And for fundraising events income, we have Sweet Treats. Miss Gia did a fabulous job, beat last year's sales on Sweet Treats, so sign up pretty much for next year. And then for sponsorship, we did 83,379.65 last year. Our budget this year is 82,000. We still need everybody's help to do that. Miss Idy is heading that sponsorship committee. Sponsorship trade is $5,000. Ticket and raffle sales last year was $45,435.74. Year prior is 43,412, so a little bit over, which is great. So we made 128,815, which also includes the membership fees. So total revenue for last year was 133,026.32, and then last year was 127,312. So our goal is to beat it every year. As far as the expenses, we have a budget every year that the board sets. We just need to comply with it. I think I'm very proud of all the committees, this 23-24, that most of the committees was able to, stay on budget. So great job. And then we were gonna, a reimbursement, of course, goes through the treasurer. We have a formal reimbursement form that makes it easy for the treasurer to give you, to pay your checks. So anything that you want to reimburse on your committees, try to separate the receipts so it's more organized. So it's not like this is personal, this is, this is LEDOM. So just make it easy for yourself and for the treasurer. And then we just want to, thank everyone for a timely payment of dues this year. So we're trying to, there's a few people left. Miss Susan, how many are left? Okay, 5. So great job. So we're trying to send in our check to international before the CFC, so that's cleared. And lastly, for scholarship, we gave out a whopping $42,000 for scholarships. And we actually increased the fiesta from 3,000 to 5,000 just recently. And that's it. And I just want to thank everybody, and Miss Clara will take over soon. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions about the budget or any of the finances? I think that I emailed a copy of the financials so you can look at them. And if you do have any questions about them, you can talk to Mary Grace, who's giving us a grace period. And then our next treasurer will be very ready to receive all your receipts and hopefully no complaints. So I wanted to give just a brief report, and we're going to hear from our board members and committee heads. I'll just keep it brief. I have to say that, you know, I've been doing president for 2 years. So I'm moving off to past president. It's been so much fun. I can't even tell you, I was quite intimidated following Kathy and Susan and I mean, it's a, you know, it's a whole list of superstars. And each person, you know, but what you discover, each person brings their own gifts and their own strengths, and you have to live with their failings, your little flaws, because, you know, that's what makes us interesting. But I really have, I can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this incredible organization that has worked so hard. I've been so inspired by the creativity and the just, you know, real mettle of this group. And I think even when, you know, as you'll see, Martha, for example, has been taking a little, she's taking not a hiatus, but she's stepping a little bit back from the sponsorships and fundraising. And Heidi and a lot of folks are stepping up with real, you know, creativity and devoting time that they didn't think that they had. And it's, you know, it's impressive. We're all really, really busy, and yet we all pull together. You know, I think that giving, that level of giving of $42,000 to these students who were so incredibly grateful. And Anna can speak to that a little bit more, Anna Tisto, who's done a fabulous job. But, and the entrepreneurs, you know, many of whom have become DOMs, you know, who received a grant and then became DOMs members and want to pass it forward. I think, you know, what we're doing is really, really good. And I hope that you know, feel this is a different group. It's not like every other group. Assuming that we vote in all of our new members, we'll have 115 members. That's a lot. So we're going to work in this upcoming year to make sure that the new members and our existing members are, you know, are more engaged. It's like you have we don't want it to be, you know, an unwieldy group. We want it to be like a collection of really strong powerhouse groups. And there are, you know, a million opportunities to step up and get involved. I think that what, you know, the lecture that you get from probably any organization you join, and I think this one is true of this one too, is that you get from it what you put into it. And if you were feeling like, well, I just am not getting that much out of this group, I don't really want to participate, then, you know, that's on you. So, I mean, I'll have to say, I tried to plug into absolutely everything, and, you know, the reward is tenfold. So I really would encourage you to pay attention, check your emails, get on Slack. If Lindsay Noto were here, she would get us trained up on Slack, but she's going to help us with that. I will just say, you know, the only other thing I'll say is that several of us went to the annual conference in, you know, last year and in Louisville. And what we discovered is that we're kind of, you know, I wouldn't say that we're killing it, but we're kind of killing it. You know what? They're all like the folks from New York and the folks from Chicago and Nashville and all those guys. If you follow them on social, you see them copying us because they know that we're doing amazing things. They see what our numbers are. They know we have got incredible monthly programs thanks to incredible programs committee. They know that even when there are differences, we all work together and work through them and achieve great things. Our champagne and fried chicken, you know, coming up is going to be huge. And there's really a place for every single person to get plugged in. You know, I think that as the director of the market at Pepper Place, I want to remind you that September is Women in Food Month. And there's an opportunity every single Saturday for people to volunteer, to bake, to show up, to cheer, to shop, to be there for our women, and also to show Birmingham that women are doing the best work there is out there. So I'm going to send more emails about that. You guys pay attention to that. and the Food Plus Culture Festival, we're a partner with that. If you weren't a part of it last year, it's big this year. One of the special guests that's coming to the market is September 19th to 22nd. One of the special guests that's coming to the market day is Carla Hall, who's this year's Grand Dame for Les Dames d'Escoffier. We're sort of getting a preview, but she specifically said, I want to come to the market. I want to be with the dames. I want to be a part of this thing that's spotlighting Les Dames and the women in food in Birmingham. I think that's awesome. And so she specifically asked if she could come and be here for that thing. She's going to be, anyway, if you haven't met her or seen her, she's incredible. She's incredible. So you don't want to miss her. You don't want to miss her. And there are more chefs. Rita's going to be doing a demo there. It's going to be fabulous. And the chef Jody Adams. So there are a lot of women. Women are the theme during the Food Plus Culture Fest in the morning at the markets. You guys be there, volunteer, sign up. The whole weekend is going to be incredible. And our name is all over it. Our voices are all over it. My sister Kathy and I we kind of started it. On the board is also Cheryl Slocum, and Rebecca Gann is another, she's like in charge of the programming. There's another Dom who I hope will be voted in, Shonda Temple, also on the board. So, I mean, we're well represented. Women are really leading this festival. So, and then champagne fried chicken, nuts. So, you're going to hear about that. Sign up for everything. As I said, travel in October, be in Birmingham in September because we need you. I've just, say thank you, and we're going to go through a bunch of other stuff later, but I thank you for the privilege of representing you, and I can't wait to see who carries on the torch in the future. So that's every single one of you. So thank you. All right. We have another fabulous board member we have is LaCrista Hutchinson Wright. She had a second name. I didn't know that until today. LaCrista is our VP of membership, and this is also the end of her term, but she has a great report for us. So
thanks, Lee. Good afternoon, ladies. So again, as everyone else alluded to, it's just been incredible to serve you guys, or you ladies, over the past couple years. And thanks so much to Erin for your guidance, and to Susan and Charbette as well, and the entire board. Don't think I could have gotten through the 2 years without you. So for 2024, we had a total of 14 nominees, and you all did a stellar job getting the information submitted this year. And we changed it up a little bit from the perspective that, typically the nominee would just send information and you'd send your information. But what I asked was that you sort of manage that piece of it, and it worked out really well. So for whoever takes over next, I think it'll be much more convenient and easier for them to manage that process. So thank you for your agreement to change up a few things. And just looking at the nominees that we have, as I said, we have a total of 15. Last year we had 14. And the membership opened May 1st and closed on the 31st. So it gave us preferably about a month or so to get all the information in. There were 2 sessions of interviews that were hosted by Lee at Sloss Real Estate. So thank you, Lee, for hosting that. She hosted as well as fed us well. And all of the ladies that participated on the committee for interviews, special thanks to Lee, Susan Swagler, Charbette was there as well, Stephanie Maloney, Kathy Mizrano, Erin Isbell, Christina Almanza, Santi Burge, and Christiana Roussel. So those were all the ladies that participated in the interview sessions. And there were a couple that we did sort of off the record just because scheduling conflicts didn't allow them to sit in on the original planned dates. And I think that was one for June Glenn, as well as there was one other we did via Zoom. Shonda, that's right, it was Shonda. So everyone that was nominated was approved to move forward. So as of today, we do have all those ladies that we'll vote on, and you saw their information. And just for full transparency, so we did have a couple of ladies that received no votes in terms of membership. And when you look at it, we're looking at the majority. So as long as we have the majority, we're going with those ladies that were voted on, even if they had just one or two, because majority rules there. And just a reminder, so if you nominated someone, be sure that you stay in contact with them, that you are constantly encouraging them to attend events or go with them, partner to meet them so that they don't show up and feel like isolated and alone and may not know anyone. I think that's really important. That was one of the attributes last year, couple new members shared with us and indicated that was one of the reasons they felt a little bit more included, is because their sponsors took the time and showed up and reached out to them consistently. So thank you for that. And we'll have a new member reception September 9th. Yes, September 9th from 5 to 6:30, and that's at Kathy G's. So you'll receive an invite coming out soon. And we'd like, especially if you nominated someone, please show up. If you can. I know schedules are tough and things conflict, but please show up and support. And again, it's been a pleasure to serve you all for the past 2 years, and I will look forward to continuing working with you all.
But Krista has been incredible. I just really can't thank you enough for that. You know, also in that email that I sent you guys, it was right around noon. If you check your email, there are both for the new members and for the nominated board members, you had the opportunity to vote online in advance. And we got, you know, a little more than 2/3 of members who voted. However, that means that a third of people did not vote. So if you can't remember if you voted, this is your opportunity while if you're not paying attention to a couple of the presentations, you have until the end of this meeting to vote. The links are in your email. So just think like, did I vote? If you're not sure and you really want to vote, then do. I mean, I think that most people voted, but there's like 30 people who didn't. So, I'll just say, if you were thinking you were going to get a paper ballot, we're protecting the earth and we're not printing paper for people to write things down. Do it on your phone, do it right now. And the next on the agenda was Mary Grace, but I think you gave your pep talk. Yeah, she was going to give people a pep talk about responsible spending and getting your receipts organized. So anyway, I think that she's good with that. All right, so Mary Grace, that's pretty much it. Andrea, did you have any general things to say about the secretary? Come on, yeah. You guys can vote. Right now is a good time to vote if you haven't voted.
Yeah, I just wanted to make the note that we have had a lot of changes in addresses and phone numbers and even names, people getting married over this year. Last year, we did not have many changes. And I've been managing that through responses through emails. So I would just like to ask for everybody, if you are concerned that I don't have your information down correct, please come find me today. And I'll make sure that we do that in real time so that way we'll have everything all clean and tidy when we send our final report to nationals. That way your information will also be correctly updated in the system there. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to make that point. And then also too, just to make the announcement that we did have 2 DOMs who have decided not to return this year for personal reasons. They're leaving in good standing, so we hope that they'll come back when the time is right for them. But that is Melissa Gray and Mary Frances Hack. Okay, thanks.
Thanks. Our VP of programs is Alexis Douglas, with Clara Darling as her fabulous co-chair. And Alexis she's not able to, that's not Alexis, there's an A right there. No, that's April. Okay. Could you maybe say a couple of things about the programs? We've had incredible programs this year. You have to come up here. because the Zoom people
no,
have
that
to
makes
hear.
sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
just because you're a professor doesn't mean we can understand.
All right. Hello, for those I haven't met, I'm Claire Darling. I had the honor of serving as the co-chair.
Yeah, you can move it a little bit,
Okay.
but that's the thing.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of stage time. Does that work? All right. Yeah, thank you all for a wonderful year so far. We've had some amazing programs. We've done 6 so far this year. So a special thanks to the ladies who have done that. I'll just call them out. We had Emily Roy do a Thai cooking class that was phenomenal. Susan Nodder did a sugar demo. Rachel West did another financial class. Those are always great. Jennifer Nix and Tilia Johnson put together a little speed dating thing to get to know each other. That was really fun. Hoping to do that one in the future. Rebecca Denson, she partnered with Amavita and told us a little bit about some sustainability options here in the Birmingham area for food service. And then Barbara Kenyon just recently did one on the science of happiness. That was so much fun. We had a great turnout for that one. So thank you all who came and who, helped put those on. The rest of the year, as you know, we get kind of real busy with our big programs. So we won't be doing any of the small ones really. I think in November, we may do a beer and wine tasting, but other than that, we're going to focus on helping everyone be involved with champagne and fried chicken and all the big ones that we know about. I was just going to say that. So we'll send this out. We do not know a location yet, but we have a date for the holiday party. So Monday, December 9th is going to be the holiday party. So if y'all want to go ahead and mark that down, and as soon as we figure out a location and get that figured out, we will let you know. Plug, if anyone does have a facility or venue, restaurant in kind of the close Birmingham area and would like to host our holiday party, please reach out. We'd love to have some options. I think that's all we have for just the programs this year. I will be stepping off as the co-chair, and I know that Jasmine Smith will be taking over. Is anybody else? So she'll be taking over, and then Alexis will stay on as our VP of programs for next year. So if you have any questions about our upcoming programs, please reach out to them. It looks like we have sign-up sheets. Just if you're not sure what programs are, if you haven't gone to one, really what we do is we just try to keep our DOMs connected. So about once a month, we'll have something. Sometimes it's really, laid back. We'll just go get a happy hour drink somewhere, support a local business. Sometimes we'll do more educational ones, kind of like I spoke about before. If you're interested in putting one on, please reach out. Or if you just want to, be on the committee to help make those happen or want to learn more, reach out or sign up for our little programs list over there. Thank you.
You guys, you know what? It's the programs committee is really important. That's a really important thing that holds us all together, and they're fun. And that science of happiness, who knew that? It seemed so silly, and then afterward it was really kind of inspiring. So apparently you're supposed to hug people 8 times a day in order to just have a baseline, just balance. So just think about that. Dogs, people, children, market vendors, your neighbors. Hugs are really important, and they will make you a better person, less grumpy. Oh, yeah. And yeah, Kathy's just saying, again, programs are the perfect time to invite members that you've sponsored. And also, you know what? I've already had people reach out to me that would like to be considered to be members next year. And they said, what events can we come to? So just, that's the more the merrier. And really these programs are never sellouts. So there's always room for one more, fun person. As long as they're, as long as fun is natural to them. We don't like grumpy people at all. So we're going to move on to the committees. I am just going to say a few words about the board nominating committee, which Kathy and I ran. That's really the responsibility of the president and the past president to identify and enlist the commitment of potential board members. So in this case, this year, we had to find a new president, a new vice president of membership, a new treasurer, and a new secretary. So this is a big year. Our committee was really fantastic and hardworking and fun. I'll just say it was me, Kathy G, Santhi, Erin Isbell, Betsy McAtee, and Jasmine Smith. We met at my house or on the phone. We persuaded and heard a lot of reasons that people could or couldn't, take on the responsibility. You find out that a lot of people really have, that's when you find out that a lot of people have a lot of changes in their life. Chris Saab, for example, was busy opening a bar, Sloan's, which is going to happen soon, right? And then she's going traveling. So, everybody has busy lives, and it's kind of fun to learn all these things. Anyway, we, you can read about the process. There is a very specific process that we follow. It's all transparent. I did send a couple of invitations to all of our membership for anybody who wanted to self-nominate, or if they felt that someone else might be excluded. And we didn't get any takers this year. Maybe next year we will. I think that's it's always good to leave that open, and we're an open group, and there really is, I think, transparency is the key to happy operating. The nominees, as you have seen, if you voted, the nominees who we are voting on to approve, and we'll look at that at the end of the meeting, are Santhi Burge for president, Christina Almanza for VP of membership, Audrey Pennell for secretary, and Clara Darling for treasurer. So that's the slate. If you don't remember those names, you probably haven't voted. Vote now. And anyway, it was fun. It's a great committee, and I encourage people that care to get involved with it next year. Let's see. We have next we have community outreach. Kathy and Susan are going to talk about food bank briefly. Susan, you want to come? Yeah. No, you can't yell. No, we're being respectful. There are actually quite a few people on Zoom, so it's hard for them to hear.
Can we go first?
Yeah. Susan is in charge of the food bank volunteering, and we have a date next week, right?
Yes, we do. So here's the thing. We volunteer at the food bank every third Wednesday of every single month from 1 to 3. So just put it on your calendar. I send out an invitation on email and on Slack. And in order to volunteer there, you have to register, but you only have to do it once, and then you're registered, and then you can sign up for the whole year. And again, it's the third Wednesday of every month from 1 to 3, and we cut it off at 3. It's not like you're still there at 4. And we're usually sorting, or we are packing boxes, which we love to do the most. And it's just a great way to get to know each other. Wear closed-toed shoes and bring your glasses in case we're sorting. Any questions? Okay, we have one next Wednesday. Love to see you there.
Okay, and I'll make this brief. Give me a box to stand on, Lee.
Here, go there.
I do like a box.
I know.
Okay. All right. When I was president in 2021, the food bank came to us. We had been volunteering and said, we want to bond with you and you bond with us. We want to have a gala. It's like, you want us to give you a gala? Okay, we know how hard that is. Okay, sure, yeah, of course. What are you going to do for us? So I said, well, in turn, and Anna had just had the grants and scholarship meeting. I said, would you give us a scholarship in the name of the food bank? They said, sure. So we have a partnership. And the way it works, I gathered our caterers together. Kay's my partner in crime. Trey Luna, had Aaron and Sarah, absolutely. We had Mo and Stephanie this time, did an awesome job with the salad. Lindsay Noto, these are the key people. I got Fanula to get all the dessert people. We have so many dessert doms, they're so sweet. And because the idea was, it's a multi-course event paired with wines that Alexis got all the wine donated the first 2 years for 6 courses. It's a corporate event they host. chandeliers in the warehouse, which makes it just over the top, and wines to match it. It's really a very cool event. Your job, if you're not one of these companies participating in producing the food, which, as I say, they pay cost and labor, is to schmooze, to be there, to pour wine, to interact, to get to let these corporate people know who we are, and drink wine yourself. We have our own little refreshment room. We do. So it's a fun thing to come to. It's a very nice corporate event. It's the first Saturday of March. It will be March 1st in 2025. I checked with them today. They also like to do videos. They give us a little PR of the people producing the course. They do a little short video that they show to introduce each course. And as I say, they do pair it with wines that Alexis has been able to get donated. So we need our PR people behind this, our media people, because it helps us reach a corporate market. So we're on board for it again. And that's the date, March 4th, March 1st, first Saturday of March at the food bank. Okay.
Thank you, Kathy. That's I do absolutely encourage you to be a part of that if you can, because it really makes you feel great to help people that don't have as much to eat as we do. Santhi has been overseeing the kind of extraordinary committee that's working with the Well House, and she's going to tell us about that.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everybody. I'm Santhi Burge, and just for those of you that don't know, the Well House is a faith-based recovery program for women who have been victims of sex trafficking and drug addiction. And this is our third year to be involved. We have a group of DOMs. I believe there's 23 DOMs on our committee, and 16 have gone through the background checks and the volunteer training, which you have to do to be able to go on site there and work. And so the first Tuesday of every month, we go and teach a class there. And let's see, one of the things I'm most proud of is I have hung on to a thank you note since May. So in May, we had a kitchen makeover, and we did we collected items for kitchens, and many of you donated, which is super helpful. We probably had about 40 or more items. We all got together, we wrapped everything up, and we went out there and threw a shower. And I want to read you this thank you note. Dear Santhi and other wonderful Ladams, we seriously cannot thank each of you enough for all you did to throw our residents a kitchen shower. We know that it had to take a lot of time, finances, and planning on your end. Please know that our residents felt so very loved and special because of your efforts. It has been a rare occurrence in their lives to receive gifts, if at all, much less the many gifts y'all graciously gathered. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are a gift to all of us. Sincerely, Brianna Pierce. So this is for everyone, for all of you. Thank you that contributed. And yes, Wesley gave us a lot of items from her shop. I mean, I have a whole list, and I don't want to go through it because I know I'll forget someone. But it was wonderful. And those of us that went, y'all, the ladies were so touched that they gave each of us a handmade quilt. There were 6 of us that went, and we each left with a handmade quilt. So when they go, they're gifted a sewing machine, and they learn to sew. They get sewing classes, and these are handmade quilts. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. And so it was just so special and so touching to be there. And I just have some extra special thank yous to a few people. Excuse me. One is to Joy Smith, because it was really Joy's suggestion that we take this opportunity of a kitchen makeover and turn it into a shower. And it was brilliant. And I'm so glad we did that. Thank you, Joy. Also to Emily McDaniel for coordinating the summer casserole drive. So many of you contributed to that, which was a huge help. Thank you, Emily, for doing that. I want to thank Charbette, because Charbette has done a wonderful job of recruiting members for us. About a year ago, I was worried that this group was not going to be sustainable because it was a handful of us doing the same things over and over. But Charbette has recruited some great members. She has wonderful ideas on things we can do to move forward. And so I'd really like for everyone that if you donated to the summer casserole program, or if you're a member on this committee, will you please just stand up? I want everyone to see who's on this committee, please. Thank you. So we're always looking for others to help. If any of you would like to help, please see myself or see one of the girls that you're sitting by that's on the committee. Thanks so much.
That's really great. Thank you so much, Santi. Donna, do you want to? Okay, no, go ahead. And Donna, you come on.
I can't believe I forgot my favorite person, Clara. So this, I have to thank Clara, because Clara arranged for for us to use the Sanford kitchen to teach 4 classes this summer. And so, yes, that was awesome. And it was a ton of work, and she did a lot of work. It was a lot of juggling and a lot of organizing to make this happen. So I really do thank you for that, Clara. The women have commented on that and how much they enjoyed it, and they really were more engaged. I felt like I went to one of the classes and I felt like they were more engaged at Sanford because they were sort of trapped, you know, when we go to their house, they come in their PJs, or they have to take a smoke break, or, you know, they're not quite committed. But when we were at Sanford, I mean, we told them no smoking. If you have to take wear a patch, wear your patch, you know, you have to be dressed appropriately, blah, blah, blah. And they stepped up, and it was really a win-win, because, you know, we didn't have to drive to Odenville, and they had an opportunity to leave campus. So it was really beautiful. And I really thank you, Claire, for doing that. It was huge.
So nice. Okay. We're going to hear from Rachel West and Martha Johnston are in charge of the newsletter committee. Once again, you need to read it. Everything is in there. Everything is in there. Rachel has been really carrying the flag while Martha's been on leave for a little bit, and Rachel is on Zoom. So Rachel, are you okay with Donna doing your presentation, your report? Okay. All right. Anyway, Donna is awesome. So
Hey,
great.
Rachel. Okay, yes, I am doing this on behalf of Rachel and
Thank you.
and Martha. And the members are Jess Bennett, Rebecca Denson, Martha Lee, Susan Swagler, Jan Walsh, Rachel, and me. Rachel says, "Thank you to our amazing committee. We're a dedicated bunch, and the newsletter is undoubtedly a group effort for each issue. Martha is deeply missed by our committee. Everyone in this room knows that Martha knows everything going on. So we have felt her absence and insight deeply this year. It's so much fun getting to share the wins of our chapter and our members with a wider audience and have a record of our accomplishments to look back on. Whenever the newsletter is sent out to the other chapter presidents, there are always at least half a dozen responses in praise of all the fantastic things our chapter and its members are doing. We have a lot to be proud of. One thing we do enjoy is receiving ideas from anybody who is willing to provide one. So if you have an idea for a future issue, please email or Slack Rachel and let her know, or any member of the committee. We also love having different writers in the pages of the newsletter. If you're interested in writing something, email or Slack us about that too. Gia is an excellent example of this. You'll often see her writing in the pages of the newsletter, and we love having her there as a regular contributor. So feel free to join in too. The end. Oh, I hope I can answer.
I noticed that in the case, the newsletter of the organization that is founded, that since March and back out, we have no presence. So I don't know if when they are asking for information from each chapter, they send an email to the person in charge. But we have not been there for the last 3 newsletters, and we have been doing things. And if they include the newsletter, it's fabulous. I think they copy too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we are not there.
We're gonna work on that.
Okay. You're talking about the national, the international. Yeah.
What can happen a lot is that a lot of the information that we gather and spotlight in our newsletter can end up in the well, I know, but you know what? Martha Johnston, here's the thing, Martha is the magic. Martha is, there's so many things that Martha has done. We'll do a better job. I promise you. Yeah, I know. I know. So if there's anybody in this group who'd like to be specifically the coordinate, the kind of glue between the connector between the newsletter, for example, or our happenings and the feast, then let Rachel know. Because that's it. It's just a question of, bandwidth. It's really, we're trying to do it all. And we will one day. Donna, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Rachel. And thank you, Martha. We want you. Martha's getting better. See, there she is. Hi, Martha. Hi, beautiful Martha. She's getting better. She's gonna be back in charge soon. For the next sort of like umbrella of committees are the partnerships, which are kind of, it seem like outreach, but it's like you have to find umbrellas to fit these things under. We have a partnership with the Birmingham Business Journal, which is really is facilitated by Rachel, again, because she has a personal family marital connection with a very high-ranking purple person at the business journals. It helps, but we're also doing work that is of interest to the larger business community. So thanks to Rachel and Ty, they provide us with a trade sponsorship that really shows up in Champagne and Fried Chicken, but it's all year. They give us free ad placement. You'll see a couple during the month of September, and an opportunity to show up at their Women's Summit, which is really, really huge. Like, I think, Rachel, do you know how many people attend that? Does Ty know? It's many, I'm not hearing you. Anyway, many hundred.
400 or 500. 400 or 500.
400 or 500 powerful professional women, and not just women, but it's all the content is focused on women. So for us to show up there, we're talking, we're preaching to the choir, but a lot of people don't even know we exist. It's a great way to promote our organization, to promote Champagne and Fried Chicken, for us to help get sponsorships. So we're very grateful, Rachel, to you, and thank you, Ty, who must be in the car with you. We love you too. There's not many newspapers, that are actually printed that are, have all the local news, larger news that's fit to print, and the BBJ is really great in that way. We have another partnership with an organization called Girl Spring, and Andrea is going to talk about them for just a second. These are all just, this is reporting, but it's also, I hope that your brains are turning and you're thinking, I really want to be a part of that group. I want to be a part of that effort. So just, this is the other reason you should be paying attention, because it might change your life.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to talk about this one. It's near and dear to my heart, and I'm gonna call on Maureen to kind of come up and help, because she was in charge of this last year, this year actually, May. And what this group pulled out, just like is amazing. But really, the main thing that I wanted to talk to you about, Girl Spring is an organization that is for girls that are between the ages of 9 and 18, and they do a lot of different community events. And the director, Kristen Greenwood, she's been a big supporter of our organization. And so she had the idea in 2022, to see if we would want to partner, and reached out to Charbette, who was the first to spark this idea of us going and doing a program in conjunction with Girl Springs. Well, it was fabulous. There was an amazing turnout. Then that led to the next year. Again, we ended up changing up the format a little bit. and again, had great success. So she asked us to come back a third time. And so I just was sort of want to set the framework for what this is, and then I'll pass it off to Maureen to explain the event. But really, it is an opportunity for us to pay it forward in terms of working with these young girls who don't really have an idea about what the food industry could be. It's kind of an opportunity for us to be able to say, if you can dream it and you can believe it, you can be it. And it's a wonderful way for us to cultivate these custom programs and cultivate a relationship through these custom programs where we are not only showcasing our diversity in terms of just our membership, but also our diversity in terms of what we can do in the industry. So with that said, that was sort of the theme that Maureen and her team used to build this next program. And so I just want to share, I think what they did was amazing, and we will continue this. And also we'll just say, as a final point, that we will need to figure out, the idea is that we will pass it to different DOMs to lead every time. So again, we can mix it up and make it interesting. And we'll be talking about how we'll put some more formality to that going forward. So turn it over to Maureen. Thank you, Maureen.
Thank you. So the idea, the idea is to pass this down to our, which is to these young women. I mean, I say young women, they're in their teens, like 9 to 18 years old. And I had the privilege to put my brain together with Rebecca Denson and Tina Payne. And the back idea was, it was around Mother's Day. And so when I was speaking to Kristen Greenwood, who is the director for Girl Spring, she said, I really want something like a high noon, like a high tea at noon. And so we started thinking about that. And I was thinking about hats and gloves and all that stuff. And I was like, nah, these people, I don't think these women want to do that. Nah. So let's get our hands dirty and let's learn about some fun stuff. So I put Tina Payne and Rebecca Denson, and wow, it was like one of the best events I've ever been to. It was so fun. Rebecca got up there and started talking about her chai tea, which she makes. So trying to bring the two industries in together, and we were at Tina's space. So we made these pots. Remind me of what the name of the pot is. Cool Hots. Okay. And so the mamas and their babies got in there and started making the Cool Hots. And then we turned around and brought it right back to the speaking engagement with Tina, of course, and then right back to Rebecca about the nature of tea, talked about India, talked about the cultural differences. And these kids went away just so happy and having fun. And the very last thing I was going to tell you about was Rebecca, excuse me, when they go to, or in India, after they've made these little Cool Hots, they basically, after they drink their chai, they throw them down. And so at the very end, to go back to the land. So we had all the kids go outside and their moms, and they took the Cool Hots and they all threw them down together. And that was it. That was the fun part. But anyway, it really is a great way. If y'all are interested more in Girl Spring, just come to me. Talk to you about it. Thank you.
We have, I'm gonna just, gonna tell, Audrey that you should come on up, and while I'll just be brief about the Pepper Place events. You guys heard already about the Les Dames takeover. I mean, just look for my email, which is going to describe the themes every week. We have, most of the chefs are lined up, and we need lots of volunteers for baking and selling stuff and working at the tent. It's really, really fun and a great way to promote the our champagne and fried chicken and our organization to, honestly, so many people. You cannot believe how many people are coming to the market, really engaged and using it as a place to learn about our community. So look for my email, sign up, and here's Audrey. who's going to talk about PR and marketing. Audrey Pinnell.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm also going to talk about champagne and fried chicken marketing as well from last year. Okay, so this past year, we had a few folks go on to promote champagne and fried chicken. We had Fox 6 WBRC's Fox Noon show. We also had Fox 6 WBRC's 11 a.m. show and the CBS 42 noon show. Folks also went on WERC News Radio 105.5, Birmingham Mountain Radio, and then we had some write-ups in of Mountain Journal, and like Lee mentioned, we had BBJ, something in BHM Now, and then throughout the year, in Women's History Month in March, WBTM and NBC 13 did a story on women breaking barriers, and we were the feature of that. In my new role at the Birmingham Business Alliance, I'm over communications there, and so I get to host national reporters. We also had a freelance national writer come in town a few months ago, and a group of us got together and introduced LaDoms to her, and throughout the night, one time she leaned over to me and she was like, I just feel like I'm in some secret sisterhood, or, you know, because it was like Lee, Kathy, me, Christiana, and it was just, you know, people of all ages, and she just really saw like what LaDoms was, and just truly had a great time. And then also in kind of planning these media visits that I have come in town, I have like the livability.com editor coming next week, but in kind of planning their itineraries, I realized that we don't really have a public directory or even an internal one, I don't think, that has our businesses listed in it. So that's something that I would love to have if I become secretary. I'd love to help with that, and then maybe somehow get it on the website too. But I think that would help just, and Jennifer also just mentioned that would help with fundraising too, to be able to give a list of businesses and who we are and what we do to potential donors. So I think that's it. All right, thank you. Well, that's what I don't have anything for this.
Okay, all right. Anyway, Audrey does have, you guys know she's the communications director now at the Birmingham Business Alliance. It's a big step for her, and it means that she can do a lot more for us. So if you have great stories or you have availability, she has a lot more power now. So get her on your speed dial. Anna Theoctito is going to talk to us about the scholarships and grants. And, you know, it's a lot. you know, we have a lot going on. I do also want to say that we talked about the importance of having another business meeting and like a mandatory meeting in January. We might try to do that too, because it's hard to get it all done today and then never talk serious again. Only drinking champagne. Right. Go ahead, Anna. Anna, listen, she's so important. She does all this stuff. She needs more volunteers on her committee.
I need someone to take over.
Get closer. No, we're not
Okay,
gonna let her do that.
someone take over. Okay, so the budget this year was $42,000. We spent 25,000 towards grants. We had 6 winners. We spent 12,000 towards scholarships. We had 5 winners. And then we are spending 5,000 towards Fiesta, and that will just be 1 winner. That's amazing. Yes, that's a scholarship. And the biggest thing we did this year was move everything over to Google Drive. So we have a shared Google Drive. Everybody has an email. And we are no longer doing paper applications. So everything is a Google form. Allison Lowry helped me create a scoring sheet on Google. So we didn't meet in person. And I think the biggest challenge for me was just like pulling all of the data from the sheet and deciding who our winners were. I think it's like a larger conversation that needs to happen next year, like whether it's like via Zoom or whatever. So if anyone wants to help me, that would be great.
We really, I think Anna Anna really deserves like so much praise because she really does. She's a person who obviously works like in the night when people are asleep or when she should be sleeping herself. And I mean, it's a huge amount of work. How many applications did you end up sorting through in order to end up with those 11 people?
It was, I mean,
It's hard.
it was a lot of, like, just like moving files and.
But it's yes, yes. And the one sort of fun thing that we do to recognize the winners is we do a reception, Anna, which is Kathy has an actual date. It's the Sunday after Mother's Day. Just know that in your brain, in your logical brain, that date will always happen. I've seen that some other chapters actually do like a big, huge thing, like a big dinner, and it's a big gala, and they charge people a lot of money, and then make it a big, super, fabulous thing. And I mean, this is the reason that we operate. And so maybe in the future, if somebody has the idea for a scholarship and grants award dinner festival thing, if you want to organize it, not me, but if you want to. Anyway, Christiana Roussel is going to tell us about our fabulous social media. Gia should really be up here, but Christiana's she's speaking on behalf of them, of the whole committee.
Hi, I tried to get Gia to come up here. She said, no, you are the chair. You have to be up there in the front. So, but I tell you what, I could not do any of this without Gia because she's amazing and she's put together a social media handbook and has printed everything out. It has our guidelines of everything that we try to follow by the month according to our calendar and all of the exciting events we have going on. So in terms of what social media does, we like to work in tandem, obviously, with what PR and marketing is doing and kind of just amplify those efforts of our chapter. And our whole goal is to raise awareness for our mission, who we are, what we're doing, and then we can talk about fundraisers, we can talk about our scholarships and grants, we can promote people turning in applications for those things. So that's how we use social media. And as a chapter, as you all know, we don't purchase any advertising. So anything that we do has to be earned media that our chapter secures through Over the Mountain Journal or anything that we're on TV, things like that, and then social media. So it's really important that we can use the things that don't cost us anything to share our message. So we encourage you to continue to like things that we are posting. If you have tips or you want us to post something for you, you can send it to the DM on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll see those things there. We've had a lot of progress over the past year. We've grown our numbers. We've grown a lot more on Instagram than we have on Facebook, but Facebook, we have about 1,500 followers. Instagram, we have almost 2,800 followers. We've got about 1,000 static posts. Static posts are the things that we use that are strictly related to our chapter. So it might be talking about a sponsorship. It might be talking about new member reception. It might be talking about the fundraiser. And then in stories, we can promote things that certain DOMs are doing. And we have a whole tab on DOMs in the news. We have a tab on fundraisers, and we have a tab on the grants and scholarships. So those are different ways we can share things. This past year, we've also really leaned into Slack. Love Slack. Lindsay, I know if you're listening, I hope that you feel the praise, because I really do think Slack is fantastic if you learn to use it. We have a regular social media committee on Slack. And then we also have one that's just a private one for our group where we can share information. So looking to do some new things this coming year, including video. Gia is always scouting new, and she's like, she will send me things all the time. Look at what this chapter's doing, or look what this person is doing. And so it's trying to get it all done is the challenge, because there's no shortage of great ideas, but I really appreciate all the work that you do to keep me on task. So continue to send us things. What did I leave out, Gia? I know. I just wanted to thank everybody on the committee, but Gia, Wesley, Amy Castro, Leslie Register, Colleen, she's been sending some photography and things like that. So I want to thank everybody on the committee and thank you all leadership for the work that you all do and you constantly encourage us. And I just want to say thank you. Thanks.
I would like a show of hands. Who's on Slack? Who's actually, see, that's good. All right. How many people are actually have downloaded the app but don't really use it, like aren't maybe logged in? Is there anybody here? And you see you guys on the phone, you can't raise your hand. So we know that there are still some people that are not necessarily using Slack. And then some people, you know, like me, who's see all the potential, but need to be trained. So Lindsay swore, and we're gonna hold her to it. There she is. She says, anyone who needs help. I think we actually might just organize a program at a bar, so that people can get relaxed and practice this fall, because it really is, it's just like getting used to it. I know it feels just like one more thing, but it is a place where Christiana and Gia and anybody else, you just can't resist. You post things and then they can easily pull and turn that into an Instagram post. And, you know, it's actually great for us to use it to connect with each other, but we also really need to message out to the larger world. So, so that's, Gia's, no, it's Gia's turn. Are you gonna, Gia has the really fun of being the poster child for, committee heads, is the most organized. You have to, this is like hers, or this is her, is this your binder? I put it on the table. Is it over there? Look, this is her report. If you join her committee, it's all written up right here. This is like an example of how organized you can be and make money, So Gia, tell us about it. Tell us how you do it. What's your secret?
Put my mind thinking about it. And that's it for Cathy. You know, Cathy one time, he put me out of, I was not in any committee for the fundraising. And at one point I say, Cathy, I'm not in anything. And she said, well, yeah, you during the event, you walk around and you check that everything is going on well. Well, I did that. And after I remember, they went to the meeting and I sent an email to Martha with all my suggestions about what it needs to be improved. Well, that stayed with me for all the committee that I'm participating with. About the sweet treat. This event has been always a fun thing to put together, really. And I can send enough to the bakers. They are really the stars of this event. Why? Because this is not a mandatory things to do for the dam, like the fried chicken and champagne. But we have bakers, or they are retiree, or they are working, or they have business, and they come and they really donate. We do not have a sponsor, because a sponsor is where the big money is, and that is the champagne and fried chicken. But what Sweet Treats does is give us an opportunity to reach other people in Birmingham, people that cannot afford the champagne and fried chicken, but they can afford to donate to the Sweet Treat. And it's very sweet. It's really nice. These dams come spontaneously and they donate the cookies. And this year we reached the goal, but we have less bakers and we have less cookies per bakers, but we achieved the goal. We put less cookie in the boxes, no one complained. We knew that, but not the donors. No one complained about it. And it was really easy. I had the handbook We don't need to reinvent the wheel every year. I already think we know when we start, we know what month we have the meeting, when we set the goal. We know when we start to trying to reach for Baker. Everything is written down. If I know there for next year's, anybody can do it because it's already in the handbook. But thank you to the bakers, and I hope next year we have more bakers, and it's going to be interesting next year. The Valentine Day is on Friday, no Saturday, when we usually have the collection of the boxes in the paper plate market. But the board decided that we need to do it on Friday. The pickup is going to be the day of the Valentine. We don't know yet where is going to be the place for the pickup, but we figure it out. But it's going to be February 14th. Really, it's going to be nice to market that for Valentine's Day because it's going to be perfect. And I kind of be more excited. I redesigned the invitation. It's going to be different. And we are going to have a postcard in the tote, in the French chicken champagne to say the date about the event. The postcard already are for printing, and we are going to have a present for the fried chicken champagne. And again, let me tell you, it's a sweet event. We already have chapter that has been contact me to know about what we do because they saw in the newsletter how much money we made, and there were some chapter just collecting only $2,000. Well, I told them, but we have an idea, Kathy, that we can sell the handbooks, all the chapter, because it's already there, you know? It's really, believe me, it's already there. We can sell it. But well, everybody that contacted me, I told them what we do, and they were in shock that we made $8,000. This event cannot grow. It's not our goal to make more money because it's not the fried chicken champagne. We are happy to raise $8,000 that we have a grant and a scholarship. And I think this is enough. We have fun and it has more present in the community because we really need PR. I know that happened to you ladies too, that you talk about the organization and we are still no, like we deserve. But if this help to express the voice, what we do, I'm so happy to do it again and again. But again, thank you to all the bakers. You are the stars. You are making this possible. Without you ladies, we cannot do this event, okay? And thank you for the volunteer.
Susan, where's Susan? Yeah, Susan's going to talk about our tech platforms. You know, so I asked each of the committee heads to create some kind of a handbook, like Gia's. Hers is printed. It's actually exists as a PDF, and in those beautiful folders on the Google Drive that Anna created. Anybody who's given me a report, it's going in the Google Drive, so anybody can access that. So just know if you're a committee chair and you haven't written that up, the key to handing over the baton is to write up your summary so that somebody can continue your work and you can step aside. So if you don't want to have to be in charge anymore, then write up the summary. And here's Susan Swagler is going to talk about our tech platform. Susan is the official executive technical advisor which is pretty freaking important for this chapter when you think how much we're living without paper. So Susan.
Except I have a ton of paper here. still kind of a paper person. So, a couple of things. One thing is, because it's not really on here. Aaron and I have been helping Mary Grace with dues, and you asked earlier, Lee, how many? We have 7 people who have not yet paid their dues. If you are one of those 7 people, or if you're unsure whether you've paid your dues or not, I have the list, my stack of paper. And just get with me or Mary Grace or Aaron, and we will let you know. And but if we could go ahead and get that taken care of today, because it is due today, that would be really great. The other thing is if there are any changes that need to be made to the website, your name, your bio, your photo, your job change, whatever that thing is, let me know. And I will make those changes fairly quickly, but I do need to know about them, so you can get with me after this meeting if you want. I'll make some notes. If you sponsored somebody this year for membership, your first order of duty after they find out they are a new member is to tell them to send their dues in, and then to send me a short bio and a photograph. If it's a long bio, I'm gonna chop it up. But, so we just need short and a photograph. We just need to get that done, and that's kind of on you to remind them with an email. One other thing, once you secure sponsorships and you let Heidi know, if you could also let me know, and I will put it on our ticketing website as very quickly. I'll get it done. And one other very quick thing, Fiesta, we have a tent at Fiesta because of our sponsorship, our scholarship partnership with them. And Anna and I will be there. We plan to be there all day, and we would love to have people join us so we can take a little break or something. But it's a ton of fun because they are so good to us. We have these great passes to the free food and the Tito's and all the stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. And we just, it's just such a joyful festival. I can't even tell exactly. Oh yeah. So it's September 28th, and we'll be there. It's the day before our event, our big champagne and fried chicken. But you know, you can do it all. So we would love to have some help there at that tent, right, Anna? Yes, we would. But again, it is the most fun you're gonna have. I can just promise that. Is there anything else? Any questions? Okay, see me if we have any changes to the website.
A lot. Okay, we're moving closer to, do you guys, there's water and sparkling water over there. And as I said, hopefully there'll be drinks for anybody who is interested in joining anybody at the Bohemian, as long as their air conditioning is working. So now we're on to our new business. That's all of our chapter reports. If you guys have any questions, email me or email the committee heads. If you see on these tables, there are signs that represent many of the committees that were talked about today. There are sheets from last year where your name might actually be down there. You might not know that you were on a committee. You might say, what committee can I be on? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. So just put your name on a list today. You can be on 4 committees. You can be on 1. Just, sign up so that people know who you are. And if you don't sign up, apparently what Kathy and I are going to do when this is all over is we're just going to put you on a committee, and you're going to have to show up and be in charge of things that you might not have wanted. So if you want to be in charge of your fate in your future, then sign up today. LaCrista is going to give us the results of the online voting for our new member nominees.
So after checking just a few moments ago, right now we're at around 72% that we did receive votes for. So that's an improvement. I think that's fairly good. And Lee, did you want to go through reading the names or do you want to?
I think that you need to read those names. because
Okay.
You know every single one of them better than we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, again, kudos to you all. Just an amazing group of nominees this year. So the first being Che Richards. She's the Director of Sales of Event Works. Heather Bullen Hay, Director of Operations of Food Bar. Katie Cornett of Rolls Bakery. Trisha Manzanero. She is a Senior Recipe Tester and Developer at Meredith. Katie Strickland of Katie's Place. June Glenn of Boca. Becca Flanagan, she's with Rush Wines. Tanisha Sims Summers, Naughty But Nice Kettle Corn. Brianna Tamburello, Vecchia Pizza. Ashley Brazelton of Troops Pizza. Shonda Temple, she's a food writer and an author. And Kimberly McNair, Biddy's Living Kitchen. And then Cynthia Kissick, Alabama Crown, and Rachel Ishii of the Pahakis Group.
Wow. So again, and the reception for to welcome the new members, can you tell the date of that?
It's going to be the 9th of September at Kathy G's. Gardens Cafe.
All right, good job. So it looks like you guys listened to my request. She just had a couple of votes. It looked like I actually have about 90% of people who voted. So that's pretty good. I'm really proud of you guys. Good job.
And then just one more thing, ladies. You don't necessarily have to worry about reaching out immediately to your nominees in reference to dues and that short bio for Susan. I'm going to send an email out later this afternoon to contact them. So if you'll just sort of nudge them along the process.
So for the, I mentioned that you guys know that there are 4 board members that are stepping down from the board. And I actually would just wish you guys would just come up here. That's Kathy G. So just because these are your people. These have been your valiant servants for the last 2 years. Kathy G, LaCrista Hutchinson, Andrea Kirkland, and Mary Grace Beato. These guys have worked their asses off. I'm sorry, I meant to have, I was gonna get champagne, but there's a whole discussion about champagne and Cremant right now. It's a real, they're champagne pickled, beautiful things from Stone Hollow Farmstead. So I just want to thank you guys again for your incredible leadership, taking the place of these fabulous women are 4 more fabulous women. So Santi Burge, our new president, come on down. Santi is now officially the new president. She's right here. Christina Almanza is officially our new vice president of membership. Christina is not here because she appreciates her mom, who was having a very special birthday. So she went to Mexico, could not be here. However, she's all in as soon as she gets back. The fabulous Audrey Pinnell. Where's Audrey? Audrey, come up here. Audrey's just come up here. Just because you have to get your eyes on these people. Just know that they're the people that you can turn to and email in the middle of the night and they will reply. Audrey Pennell, who's our new secretary. So you guys, a round of applause for Audrey. Awesome. And Clara Darling, the most important, Clara, is our new treasurer. Yes. So I just, get a good look at these people. They're all making a commitment, and I am too, because I'm the past president, which means that Santi has to do all the work and I just get to support her, which is really good. And advise and, and Kathy's gonna keep being the past president too, because she's really important. You guys, so here we are, this is the future right here, all in blue. So congratulations to that. All right, Santi, I think, I don't have like a gavel to give to Santi. You don't get to talk about your policy until the convention. And that's.
Gosh. Well, no, I will just say, this is what happens when you miss a meeting. So, I was on the nominating committee and I missed a meeting, but, I do just want to say one thing, that I've been a member since 2016, and I'll have to say that, I am just so proud to be a member of this organization. I just love everything that we do. And even more than that, like, I love being surrounded by so many accomplished women, and I see things that you do and I hear about it, and I love to tell my family, like, I know her, and I just feel like you're all so creative and so hardworking. You're strong. You're beautiful on the inside and out, and you're fun. And you're truly an inspiration to me. Like, I really would not feel comfortable doing this if it really wasn't for you all, and if I didn't know so many of you and have so much fun together. So it's just really, I want to say a huge thanks to Lee. I told her we're going to be connected at the hip now. So I haven't been on the board, so you're getting a real newbie here. But Lee just kind of reminds me of a best friend, because you're always so optimistic and you're always singing somebody's praises. And I just want to thank you for that, because it means a lot. And I've seen it just flowing around that positive energy. So it's really just my hope that we'll continue supporting one another, getting to know each other. I feel like that's really where the magic happens. Like everybody's mentioned, we've got some new members coming on board. Please, if you sponsor someone, stick with her, help her find her place, and then go around the room and sign up for things so that we can all be together at Pepper Place in September, and then champagne and fried chicken. So I'll see you then. But thank you.
Thank you, Santi. All right. Now's the fun part. We need to talk about champagne and fried chicken. And Kathy's going to give us she's going to give us a quick summary, very quick. Idi's going to give us a little pep talk. And the one last thing I wanted to remind people, I didn't even mention the annual conference, which is happening in Phoenix. You guys know that we have a conference, which is amazing. And we've been talking about it, but I'm going to send you some more information about it. But, Southwest has a nonstop to Phoenix. It is so much fun and so gratifying. And we're like the best chapter. So you're really, when you show up, you get to bask in all of the power of being number one. So, how many opportunities do we get? So I encourage everybody to talk to, Susan's been, Kathy's been, Betsy McAtee, Becky Satterfield, a lot of folks have been. It's a blast. It's so rewarding, and the food and the alcohol and the learning and everything are extraordinary. So, and they love our champagne and fried chicken. And here's one of the reasons why, because Kathy has made it awesome. So Kathy, tell us a little bit more about that, about what we can expect.
Okay, this was born when I became president in 2020, and we needed a fundraiser. And I looked at Pepper Place, and there were farmers who had the orders. You were driving by, picking it up. I brought a picnic basket and said, we're doing this. We're going to have a picnic, and you're going to drive by and pick it up. So this has worked, and it's worked so much that I've been to 3 conferences. and it's a buzzword. Champagne and fried chicken, 2 other chapters have already done it. They don't even produce their own food, so they don't know how hard it is. No, but they have done it. Sonoma has done it, Nashville has done it. So it,
Twice, I
Is
think.
it- right, right. And Gia has promised to help me get a wonderful little book done so that I have a printed book because look, I'm still, all right. And everyone, the reason it worked too, we hadn't seen each other in 2020 and everybody was on a team. I'm pretty good at assigning people and getting people to work and do things. Just, I don't know, it's just what you have to do in the kind of business I'm in. So you had to show up, you had to be on a team, you got an assignment, and people loved it, and now they look forward to it. So everybody will be assigned to something. And whether it seems like email, nobody really reads, Slack, some people read, I will text you, I will call you, I'll be old fashioned, I'll come find you at your business. And so, okay, so don't worry, you'll all be involved and you'll all know what you're going to do. I'm not going to talk about this year, we're lacking, we don't have Marvelous Martha with our sponsors. Poor Ides had to carry the load of that, she's going to speak to that. So Mary Grace gave you the financial report. I'm not going to get into the numbers on that. But we do need more sponsors to get to our goals that we want to have. It's still going to be at Pepper Place. We have 2 prep days and you'll be tapped for that. Sante has her group. She does the packaging of the disposable goods. And then Charbette, Deborah Stone, and Alex do the flowers. And that's on Saturday. Right, Charbette, and the others done on Friday. We'll be working in the same big warehouse, but we are not frying our own chicken this year. This year, this is the menu. And I've already run this by Crystal. She is good with it. You know, it was great, but thank you, Billy Joe Wara, Jack's Family Restaurant. Jack's is donating and doing our chicken. So, and we, the food committee, who I really rely on, Kay Reed, Lindsay Noto, we got together. Mo, we're going to have, we've got a system. We're going to pick up from 5 locations. So they are doing the chicken. Joy does a fabulous job with the frittata for the vegetarian. We'll have that as well. The French potato salads, Kathy G and Trey Luna. Aaron and Sarah split that with us, which is great because it's a busy time of year. And we've got Rita Bernhardt doing a collard green Caesar from Luca. So this is a new sponsor we hope to get involved with our event. Ashley Mack's Famous Biscuits have to be in there. We have a demi baguette from Corey Hinkle. The cheese board was a grand success that Kay did with the board, shrink wrap, and the pear and the French cheese. So we're doing that again. Honey from Justin Hill, East Aboga. Banana pudding from Betsy McAtee at Dreamland. And Jerry Martha, pastry chef here, is going to do pistachio sour cherry financiere. Pronounce it right? Financiere. We're going to have a Prince Alexander Vermont Delore Brut that we have used the first couple of years because everything's gone up. Our budget's not quite where it was. And you get your bouquet of fresh dahlias. We're going to have 1 auction. Charbette, we need 10 more restaurants. That's just 10. We're only going to do one restaurant auction, and remember, everything is a donation. Everything is you are donating for your gift. You get yada yada. So that's key to say. Cocktails. Jess Bennett, the queen of cocktails. We are not doing that on the line. We are applying for an ABC license and going to have a beverage station. You can buy the cocktails. She feels like it'll be a better product. She also will make other cocktails. And I need a bigger hospitality team, seeing about the sponsors and schmoozing with people. We're trying to make this more like a picnic at Pepper Place than just a drive-by. So we need people opening champagne, being hospitality, you know, showing, doing, I see part of back there, the Queen of Hospitality. And we need to.
Parties in charge of committee.
Uh-oh, but she wants to put you in charge of the committee department. But we just really want to make this inviting and warm. We have the music again and more of a party. But we are not doing a cocktail kit for sale or for donation on the website. They will be done freshly on site this year. So we're getting a special license for it. I think we're covered on everything else. And I'll get Les to put this in a handbook so that everybody around the country can copy it, Gia. So Gia will help me with that. But thank you, and I will definitely reach out to all of you. Okay.
So one of the thing that makes this a successful event is the sponsorships and the fundraising. And Heidi is our ace in the hole and is going to give us a little overview and a little pep talk on how we can make this the most successful ever. Heidi.
Good afternoon, ladies. Hang in here with me. I know it's been a long afternoon.
To get really
Oh,
close.
really close? How close?
Yeah,
That
that close, pretty close. I'll make it. Okay, right there.
close?
Just right on top.
I know several of you have talked about Martha. Hey, Martha. I miss her more than any of you. I mean, Martha and I, that's our committee. I could really use some help. Our goal really is to raise at least 85,000 this year. I think we're at about 58. Would like to raise more. Our goal was the same as last year. We did not up it, but it would be great if, we could go above it. But I've had some of you contact me and say, I cannot ask for money. I don't know how to do it. I'm just lost. And according to Gia's little charts, 15% of our group have responded. So I wanted to share with you a personal story. I thought it might help y'all. Martha Johnston was the one that invited me into this group. And I don't know, I was one of those that for some reason, I guess I did not get on a committee right away. And she informed me that I was going to be on the sponsorship committee. And I said, no, I don't raise money. I don't ask people for money. You got to put me on the food committee. No, Heidi, you know a lot of people. You're going to do this. And when Martha says something like that, you just go, yes, ma'am. Okay, I'll do it. So I sat quietly with myself and I really was like, I can't do this. They're either going to kick me out of this group or I'm just going to quit. Like, oh, I have a whole year. I've got to figure out in 1 year how to raise money. So I'm very much an introvert. I'm not going to sit down with you and ask you for money. I'm just not. And I had to sit with myself and go, what is my comfort zone? How am I going to handle this? What am I going to do? Yeah, I know a lot of people, but it's just not my thing to ask. So in talking to a few of you that called me and shared your story, I said, let me try to help you. And I'll give you some examples of how I did it. And when I sat down with myself, I realized I can either email you, I could have coffee with you, we could do a phone call, I could invite you out to lunch. I could do all these options to ask for money. For me, it was email. I'm just going to take the email route. And I sat there and thought about all the people throughout the years that have asked me for favors. And in the context and the people I felt comfortable with, the people maybe not only with business, but we were friends, we were personal friends. Maybe we did things together, whatever. And I made a list of names and I composed a letter, but in my letter, I did something, not just the form letter, that we send out. I did something personal. Each letter was different. There was a personal connection to each person. And lo and behold, people started responding, yes. And I have to say, I was shocked. I was like, wow, they're not giving me money. This is great. One of the things that I always kept saying, this is a women's group. And people were really at first like, okay, we don't really have many just women groups in Birmingham. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about this group. And when I would explain it, they were right there. They just said yes, yes, yes. So I started going with that. And then one story I'll tell in particular, because, you know, like I said, everyone keeps asking me, well, how you own a business? I don't own a business. How am I going to find people? I'm like, okay, do you have an accountant? Don't most people in this crowd have an accountant? Some people have lawyers, insurance companies. Have you asked your insurance company? I mean, look at the premiums we're paying. Auto insurance, car insurance. I mean, homeowners, think about that. I don't have this, but some people have wonderful landscapers that have huge businesses. You see these trucks all over town. Have you asked them for money? Banking. How many of us have banking relationships? Some of us have really good friends that maybe their husband owns a company or their husband works for a law firm. Ask a law firm for money. So these are just some ideas that I have given out to people. And my favorite story, though, is this happened last year. I saw this guy in the restaurant that I hadn't seen in a long time. He used to live in my neighborhood. And I always had the neighborhood Christmas party at my house. And he would come with his wife, 10 years in a row. Great guy. We would always chit chat and talk, blah, blah, blah. I hadn't seen him in a while because he left the neighborhood. He moved. He also moved, he left his job and went to another company. And I saw him and something went off in my head like, I need to approach him. I need to send him a letter. I need to reconnect with him. So I sent him a nice little letter saying, hey, it was great seeing you the other night in the restaurant. Miss having you in the hood. Miss your family. How's it go? How's your new business? He gave me money. So these are all the ideas I have been giving out to some of the people that have been calling me. And I really hope that it helps you. I've offered to meet people. I've offered to have coffee. I've offered to write your letter for you. I mean, whatever it is you need from me, I want you to know that I am here. Okay? In the future, though, I do think Martha and I would love to have some help with this committee. And I am going to ask Gia to do our book. So I can someday pass this down. But I think, too, a lot of us, maybe some of us have not re-engaged previous people, previous donors that we've talked to. Maybe it's time for you to look at your list that you did 2 years ago and try to re-engage some of those people. You know, one of our mission statement, you know, it's philanthropy, and we have scholarships and we have these grants. And I think about, you know, in order to promote these women and their achievements, it starts with us. We have to take care of us and we have to take care of our group. In this champagne and fried chicken, this is it. This is our annual event. This is how, as Gia says, we raise the big money. So I'm hoping that y'all will help. And I have a list I've been sending out via email, and I think we did put it on Slack recently. Listen, the worst thing that can happen is somebody can say no to you. I've had people say no to me. Fine. But I will hold your hand through the process if you need. I am here for you.
You need to speak that.
Loud, big, yeah. Sorry.
You are not asking money for yourself. You are not asking money to pay the mortgage. That is hard. That is when it's hard to ask for money. And if you approach someone and they say no, don't take it personal. You know, don't get offended. You just move next. Like when my friend divorced and start dating, and I say, honey, there are so many men. You see, next, you move to the other one. If you can ask the question why they say no, because you can learn. Like some companies, start doing giving the money in January. And if you approach them in May, you arrive late. And if they tell you, no, we already assigned the money for this year, then you know that next year you go earlier. That's the only thing, but don't take it personal. The no is not like a depressing. It's just, we are raising money for other people, not for us. That is the key. Don't be intimidated.
That's true. That's true. I know. It's we've done a lot today. It's been really fun. There's still so much to talk about, but we're not going to do it today. I think that if somebody moves to adjourn this meeting, we can adjourn this meeting. I would just say once again, please sign up for, oh yeah, we could try to take a picture. I know Rebel's thinking ahead. Yeah. What if, Susan, yeah. Excuse me, yeah.
We have sold 14 baskets.
Well,
And we're only doing.
it means it's time to order now.
Time to sell baskets.
Right.
So we have 200 in our inventory, and that's after taking them out for sponsorships. We have 4.5 weeks to get this done. And it's always kind of a slow start, but really I feel like we should be a little further along than 14 at this point. But so tell your friends, share it on social media. There are 3 different ways on our website.
Open bite
Get
night.
the
No,
ticketing
because we
class.
have all the art.
Just give them that
Yeah.
and then get it done.
Listen, the social media is full promoting the event. We have the art. And we can post it in the general, if you can copy that art and you can send to friends and you can post it in your social media, you can forward. And even there is, I don't know if you know to do it, but we do it. We have a link that if the people click there, they go directly to our website and they can donate there. But you can use all the art that we have in social media. You can use it for yourself to send a friend. It's easy to send that has a meeting, really. Or
Right.
text by phone, yeah.
And we're not gonna strive for as many. We were trying to up it last year and get to 350, 400, 300 is our goal. And you have to allow 85 to 100 for sponsors. It was 85 last year. So you don't have that many to sell. So we do need to get the baskets sold. And we're going to have that little cheese board available for guests that stay, that just want to come and
Purchase.
have a drink for a donation and listen to music, not have to buy a basket. They can just come to the party.
So there's a lot more learning that's going to happen, a lot more emails. Read all your emails, read all the posts on Slack. Kathy's got a sort of key players, champagne and fried chicken meeting that's happening like this week, right? Is it this week?
With the chair.
Yeah, with all the kind of main people. So if you're interested, I mean, if you know what you want to do, then sign up, find a little table and sign up, or let Kathy know and she'll make sure that your name is on the list. If somebody moves that we adjourn the meeting, look, Emily's yawning. And if somebody seconds it, I'll say our annual meeting is adjourned. You guys, thank you so much for coming and sticking with it. We're so happy to see you. Anna, will you come for our Latin food week at the market? That's going to be special, like spotlighting all of our Latin people. So see if you can come. I'm going to send you another email. I hope so.
I can try. Send me an
Okay.
email.
It's only a 3-hour drive each way. If you need a place to stay, I have a guest room. You can stay with me.
Me too. Thank you.
I know, listen, we all have guest rooms. Anna, we just want to like spend more time with you.
I wish I could. I really did. Thank you.
I know. Anyway,
miss you, Anna.
It was a lot to go through, but we just really, I'm so glad you guys stuck with it. Rachel, how far did you guys drive? Like 400 miles? A lot, a lot. You guys.
No, from Mobile, 4 hours.
And Tina, I hope you're feeling better. I don't know if Martha's gone, but anyway, we're just like really all like super hugs to all the people that are having, that just don't feel good today. Feel better. We love you and miss you. And anyway, it was really fun. There's Mary Grace. Oh, I know.
Bye, Lee. Call you later.
Bye,
Thank
you
you.
guys. Thank you
Great
for being
meeting.
here. Ciao.
Bye.
Thank you.